and welcome to what's in this week's Oban Times with me, Finn Nixon.
Me, Kathy Griffiths.
And me, Sandy Neal.
We have lots of interesting news and photographs for you this week in our newspaper and on our website. And remember that here at the Oban Times, we are always happy to hear your stories and see your photographs as well. You can call us on 01 631 568 000, email editor@obantimes.co.uk, or message us on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter. So what stories have we been finding out about and writing about this week? What have you got for us, Kathy?
Okay, well, let's start with a lovely one from Oban and District Cancer Research UK Committee. They've been congratulating their Vice Chairperson, Christine Pearson, on 55 whopping years of service. During that time, the committee has raised more than £500,000 for the charity. So that's fabulous. Well done, Christine. And this month marks 1 year since Argyll and Bute went to the polls electing a new council. Votes brought back some familiar long-serving faces, as well as some who were new to the council chamber. We invited all 7 councillors across Oban North Lorne and Oban South the Isles to tell us in their own words what they have achieved in their year of office so far and what they plan to deliver you in the next 12 months. You can read what they had to say in this week's OT or read it online. Tobermory campsite owners Angus and Catriona Williams have thanked the Oban Times for helping end a ferry saga that was costing them thousands of pounds in lost takings. The couple have been struggling to get their Stephen Brown McCoos, you know the one I mean, the big, bright, colourful one, designer caravan over to Mull since they bought it from Argyll Holidays in February. And they were at their wits' end earlier this month when it was left stranded on Oban South Pier after racking up costs from ferries that just kept getting cancelled. Finally, the static got us sailing, and much to Mr. and Mrs. Williams' relief, it is now ensconced at the campsite. So that was a good news story. Happy ending. What else have we got for you? Oh, yes. So work to clear a scenic plot of land up for auction near Tavalic has outraged a rural community. They're demanding it be restored. Argyll and Bute Council's already put a temporary stop notice on the plot at Bray, which has halted any more work being carried out, but residents are waiting to see what happens next. And just to wrap up, Oban Mod comes to town next weekend. So that's going to be June the 2nd and June the 3rd. Entries are now in for the 2-day celebration of everything Gaelic, showcasing talents of all ages on stages at venues from the Corran Halls to the Phoenix Cinema, Oban High School to St Columba's Cathedral's Church Hall. Pick up a programme of what's going on from the Corran Halls, and anyone from the public can go along and watch and enjoy the competitions that start at 9 a.m. each day. Friday, June the 2nd is Juniors Day, and the senior competitions are on Saturday. Back to you, Finn.
Happy days, and thank you, Kathy. And I look forward to reading all of those stories in our print edition or at www.obantimes.co.uk. What about you, Sandy? What exciting stories do you have for us this week?
Well, thank you very much, Finn and Kathy. Well, CalMac has vowed to fix glitches in its new ticketing system, launched last week. Over the weekend, CalMac cancelled some ferry bookings to Mull at the last minute, causing one local pensioner to miss his birthday party. Isla's Lifeline ferry service is facing meltdown in June if the island loses 50% capacity during that busy summer month. The island's ferry committee issued the warning as it urged CalMac for a contingency plan. Barra's new hospital has been axed for being too costly. We have reaction. The Highland Council is unlikely to need a Royal Navy party boat as a temporary replacement for the Corran ferry, with the MV Maid of Glencool due to be fixed by June the 5th. A hub for wellness tourism could be on its way to the Isle of Lismore. And as the Stone of Scone returned to Scotland from Westminster Abbey for the crowning of a new monarch, Benderloch gained a new coronation stone of its own. Finn, over to you.
Well, at the weekend, I was up at the Oban Community Play Park next to Atlantis Leisure to hear from some frustrated parents. On Saturday, around 20 of them gathered with their children at the park to take a photograph in front of one of the 2 pieces of play equipment which has been out of order for several months now. They are trying to push Argyll and Bute Council to make the repairs to the big mast and spinner, not just because the children are missing out, but also because they have safety concerns about the fencing erected around the mast. In the sport, we have all the latest from last weekend's Shinty action, after an entertaining game at Mossfield between Oban Camanachd and Kinlochshiel. We also have lots of rugby for you this week on our website, after Isle of Mull Rugby Club overcame ferry adversity to host another successful Mull Sevens tournament. That involved 24 teams, including men and women teams from Lochaber and Oban Lorne. There was also some great youth rugby played over the weekend, as primary school aged players from Lochaber, Mid Argyll, Oban and Tainault participated in the Etif Dalriada at Tainault. It was also the Oban Sportive, with the Ben Cruachan Inn hill climb on Saturday and 2 sportive routes showcasing the best of the scenery around Oban. It brought over 120 cyclists to Argyll. We have a full report and some great images of the riders battling it out on local roads. There's also plenty of golf for you this week, as we have the latest from Bob McIntyre after the Oban ace had a tough time at the PGA Championship. However, the 26-year-old was philosophical about the experience and was rightly applauded for his kind efforts to support My Name's Doddy Foundation, carrying the cause's name on his bag and pledging big donations for every birdie and eagle he hit at Oak Hill. We also have a preview before next month's Oban Rotary Am competition at Glencrusan Golf Club. That's taking place on Saturday 4th of June and will also be supporting some very good causes. Last but not least, we have the latest from Friday night's Oban and District darts action and a report from the recent Martin and Lewis Ray testimonial match between Locknell and Oban Saints. This was held before the football players head across the world to Australia. You can read all these stories and more at www.obantimes.co.uk or by picking up a newspaper in local shops and garages. And don't forget, if you have a story, get in touch. You can call us on 01 631 568 000, email editor@obantimes.co.uk or message us on one of our social media platforms. That's it from us this week though, so it's goodbye from me, Finn Nixon.
Goodbye from me, Kathy Griffiths.
And goodbye from me, Sandy Neal.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.